Assembling a used tree lounge tree stand. William Hovey Smith, 2013. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, and I've hunted with various of Tree Lounge's tree stands, but had never owned an original stand. Now, I had also used various deer transporters, and when I had a chance to buy an original tree lounge with a wheel kit, I went ahead and did it.
I'm Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and as you might expect from this great big box, we're about to tear into something. Well, what this something is a Tree Lounge tree stand. Now, the Tree Lounge stand was produced for several decades, but Margaret and Bob Heiss sold the company and thought they were rid of it, but the company went into financial difficulties. The new buyers could not meet the payments. They got the company back with a load of debt, and ultimately the company failed. Well, in the meantime, people loved their Tree Lounge tree stands. Yes, they did. And Margaret and Bob produced a whole series of videos about the Tree Lounge stand, which served as an advertising vehicle. And Bob sold these very inexpensively in the day, like, $4 or $5, whereas the usual video at the time was like $12 to $20. Boom! Good marketing. They also did some special productions like Hunting Moonshine Island, the Tree Lounge Advantage, which was actually a rather late one, Tree Lounge Trophies, which actually featured Bob and Margaret going on hunts, and Grandma Margaret can shoot her gun and her bow very well, thank you, and they amassed a remarkable number of fine whitetail deer trophies as well as others. And even a piece of fiction used as an advertising vehicle, the Redneck Hunting Club, where a bunch of guys get a woman in their hunting club and come to wish that they had not. Well, I had known Bob and Margaret before Bob died, and I was very impressed with the stand, but never actually bought one. So consequently, the only stands now available are on the used market. And I went and purchased it, and sure enough, it was shipped. Well, the shipping weight is 58.5 pounds as you see it. Okay. Now, the guy I bought this from lived in West Virginia, and he was about 70 years old or so, and he decided that he wanted to get out of the climbing stand business. He had ground blinds that worked very well, and he just didn't need them anymore. So he was willing to sell me his stand. And it is used, of course. And here's what we have here. We have a rod, which I presume to be the axle for the wheels that go on the stand. All right, we'll lay that aside. We have some other miscellaneous parts here. All right. The stand frame itself, right here, and a seat. Okay. Yeah, this has been used. Well used. This is the original aluminum, and he obviously put camo tape on it. Okay. But so far, everything looks pretty good. We have one wheel. All right. And I would imagine we have another wheel. Okay. And we have some paperwork. Which is catalog and the owner's manual. Now these are getting hard to come by. So most people who use this stand actually don't keep the manuals once they put them up a dozen times or so. Okay, that's significant. So, oh yes, we've got another part hanging in there too. Okay. This is the gun rest. Well, at least one of them. Okay. I see a wedge. All right, that's useful. One back cushion. Oh, you can tell, yeah, this thing has been up in the trees for a while. This wedge is used to adjust the angle of the stand on the tree. So that's significant. Cushion. Reasonable shape. Had a system for carrying it. Some bungee cords. Hold the whole mess together. Okay. Okay. Well, first glance, I recognize all the parts here. All right. So, this is your foot climbing attachment. Ching ching. So it goes up the tree like that, and you put your feet in said slot down at the bottom. All right, guess what? I think it's time to read the book. We've now progressed a bit with the tree lounge, and I figured out the bow platform. It has two arms here, and this allows adjustment, as does here, and it has one spot for a nut and bolt to retain the assembly here. Well, it is not unexpected with buying a piece of used equipment. I'm going to need to get some new bolts and nuts, but otherwise the assembly is here, it's all here, and it's functional. Now this is the holder for the gun, and it fits like here and is a bit bent up, as is this one. So we'll straighten these out. They should lie flat, I think, and then this will be done. Now for the seat itself. All right. Okay. We have this assembly done now. And so you might have it looking something like about that with your butt sitting right here. So this goes around the waist like yay. And it's a good firm hold. Okay. So now this you wear when you're climbing, turning around, actually climbing the tree. So we basically got all the parts. Now the foot piece is pretty simple, like here. That's all there is of it. These knobs remove this bar and you adjust this for the width of your tree. So, and you put your foot in this part here to actually climb the tree. So we're actually going to put this thing on a tree and climb with it after I replace some of those components. Putting together the wheel kit is pretty simple. You have the steel axle, you have this aluminum block, these screws and wing nuts that actually fit through these holes here in the frame of the tree lounge. So all this can be put together by hand. Now this is not terribly light. I would say that was about, well, 10 pounds or so. But if it'll help you get a 200-pound deer out of the woods, well, it's worth wheeling the thing in there. It also considerably reduces back problems in trying to put this thing on your back and haul it. Although we'll probably do both.
Here is a close-up of the wheel kit and another view of the completed stand. Now, I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting and also crossbow hunting, as well as extreme muzzleloading and practical bow fishing. And all of these are available as softcover and ebooks. My new 8-book ebook series on muzzleloading guns will be completed in 2013. On the next video, the tree lounge is actually going to be put on a tree. Now, this stand knows how to get the job done, and 15 deer have been killed from it. For more information on my books, blogs, videos, and the release dates on my short shot books on muzzleloading, go to my website at www.hoviesmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.